And the truth is, if you didn't have potential, and if I haven't seen you evolve over the years, right, I don't think we would have. Yeah,
you have cut me off.
Yeah.
Hey, this conversation is a very, very special one because we are talking about storytelling.
I don't see if the person is not adding value to me, right?
Yes.
If the person is not adding value to me, and if I'm not adding value to the person, what are we doing here?
Not just as content, but as power, as influence, and as something that shapes how people see the world.
The entire process that people don't see about my job. There are sometimes I know the writing is not right, you know.
They say it's writer's block.
Yeah. Sometimes
you don't see that.
Legit, you can just stay there. You just be staring at blank screen. It's not coming.
On my couch here today at Rare Studios, I have someone I've known for years, someone I've literally grown with, and someone who has gone on to build a career around storytelling through films, writing, and creative direction. This one is personal and it's definitely going to be a good one. Today with me, I have writer, director, producer, creative director, brand manager, Tobe Nosike.
Welcome
to the show. Please be manifesting it.
Amen.
Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Are you good? Are you sure you're good?
Tired, but...
You're tired? What happened? Where are you coming from?
Coming from set, actually. And the truth is, it's because it's you.
When
you called me, I had to, come around. Normally, I should be sleeping.
Wow.
Because I have just one day, right? Just today, and then tomorrow I should be back at it. So this is just like my resting day. I don't think I leave my house on Sundays.
Chai. So you left the house because of in conversations with
Chuks
Peterson. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Makes so much sense. But let's go back to the set because you just said something about living sets. How is set life like as a director? Let's start from there.
I think it's fun.
I
think it's fun, but it's stressful as well. I'm not even going to lie. Yeah, because sometimes you shoot round the clock, right? But all in all, I think it comes from if you love what you do, which I love to champion. I'm a great believer of if you love what you do, it make your hobby your passion, and it starts to get better. So yeah, set is fun. It can be stressful, but all in all, I think.
What makes it fun?
So what makes it fun for me personally is because I'm a storyteller, right? So I like to see myself or think of myself as a storyteller.
Okay.
Yeah, I am a storyteller, right? And from written work, from writing to scripting, and then being able to now see what you've written on screen. So being able to direct the talents, the actors, and say, okay, this is what I have in my head, right? So let's bring it out this way. And then you're looking through the monitor and you're seeing that, okay, this is it. Yeah. So those moments are moments of, and you know that, over the years, even back in school, anything that has to do with, organizing and all of those things, as long as it's telling you to move from point A to point B.
Exactly.
No, this is not supposed to be here.
You're very good at it.
Yeah. I feel like that's where I shine, man.
You're all good at it. Okay, so let's go back. Since you already mentioned something about school, let's go back to like the time from uni, because I know you from school. I've known you I feel like most of the guests that have been on this show, you and a few others are like some of the guests that I've known for over 10 years. I think I've known you for 10 years.
Yeah.
Is that not a lot? I've known you for 10 years. So what would you say? I'm going to answer as well. But what would you say for me is the difference? Like, how would you say I personally have evolved from then till now? And I'll talk about you as well.
When it comes to, I've always known you were going to be great. Yeah, I've always known that you were made for greatness. I remember I'm not even capping. I remember the first time I met him, how, I remember, I hope you're nice lawyer. So, very lanky, don't build up now, sir. I'm very slim. Like, I hope this always go break into two. Very slim and tall, and studying what was that your course again? Psychology.
I don't understand.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I feel like when I see talent, I'm able to spot talent.
Yeah.
I feel like when I see potential, I spot potential, right? And the truth is, if you didn't have potential, and if I haven't seen you evolve over the years, right? I don't think we would have. Yeah,
you'd have cut me off.
Yeah.
Hey,
if that's me being honest. If I don't see, if the person is not adding value to me, right?
Yes.
If the person is not adding value to me, and if I'm not adding value to the person, what are we doing here?
True.
Do you understand? True. So sometimes when I look at my contact list and I say, okay, this person, waiting you know,
like, yeah,
this person is okay. This person that you can call and you have conversations.
Yeah.
If I call you and we're not talking about probably books, at least I think like I have someone I call for specific stuff. Yeah. Exactly. So if I want to discuss movie, I know someone if I have a script, I need someone to read. I have friends for that, right? So I just have friends for different things. Exactly. And yeah, so if any friend is not adding value, right? So back to you. So I feel like over the years you've evolved. Come on, look at this is, and I've known you've always wanted to do this. That's talking about the passion, right? So I know that uni, it was, you liked doing it. It became hobby. And now making hobby passion, it starts to bring money too. And you just find it because life is too short doing what you don't like.
That's amazing. Thank you for saying that. But for me personally, I feel like your own is quite shocking, kind of, because we did not expect we did not expect it, because back then in uni, we were very, for lack of a better word, we're very conservative, if that's the word. Like you didn't want to go outside of your comfort zone. Like you were like too boxed in.
I still don't go out of my comfort zone.
But like now, like in terms of like branching into an entertainment industry that is very, comes with a lot of criticisms. There's a lot of, backlash, although there's the good parts, but I feel like the bad part as well is very, like, it's a lot. So I didn't think you would, because then in uni, you always said something about acting. You personally wanted to be an actor. So I felt like, oh, you would become an actor. But then, now I'm branching into storytelling and then writing, and then you're now producing your own short film, which was amazing, by the way. We're going to talk about that. And then now moving to directing and then producing. Like, it's just a lot. So when you are bringing, just like when you are reading a book and then the book is just going like this, it's not ending. So that's how it is for me. So seeing all the, all the growth is so beautiful to see. And I feel like you're doing such a beautiful job. And not just you, like, I feel like me, you, Obina, like our friendship over the years, like everybody, we are just doing well. And I feel like that's such.
And I think that's what friendship is all about. Having to find people you grow with. And even if this person is not doing well, you try to ask the person.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
man. You should clap for that. All right. So let's talk about storytelling a little bit, because you mentioned that in the beginning of this episode. So how did you say it started for you? Take a deep breath.
So I think I started writing at a very young age.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember, so when I was in primary school, I used to read all these, what's it called? Storybooks. Like, so when I think they were being sold, I think it was 100 naira, 150 then. So if those small ones, so if 150 just enter my pocket,
you used to go and buy.
I don't run. I don't go buy. So there are, Neka, Pretty Sape, all those small, the River Goddess, all those stories, and they will have part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So you now see my collection, you now pile up, I remember giving using it. I had so much, and then I gave it out and all. So I loved reading those books, and then it moved from those tiny ones to the bigger ones, right? So I remember when I'm reading Chimamanda, it just feels so, as if you're living in it, so you can relate, right?
Yeah.
And then when I'm reading, if I'm reading and probably it gets dark, I can literally carry torch and I'm just to finish it up. All through reading all of those books, Purple Hibiscus and so I remember I had this big notes, this thing. So I started writing my own story then, right? I tried to publish as well. But I don't know where that story is now, by the way. I tried. So I just kept writing.
Yeah.
Right. So I knew I loved to read. I knew I loved to write. Right. And I feel like that was what even took me away from science, because I wanted to be a medical doctor. Right. And then I hated chemistry. So, but I loved literature. Like when I'm in literature class.
So why didn't you go to arts? Because you literally did accounting.
Yeah, that's why I joined the arts class now. So I didn't join science. So in SS1 I just moved to so SS1 we did everything. SS2 I moved to arts, right? But I didn't do accounting in secondary school because we didn't have the option of accounting. I always wanted to do economics. So I didn't get economics. So accounting was the next. Yeah, so I knew I loved reading and writing and all of that.
That was like the genesis of
So when I now came out throughout uni, I didn't do anything writing, right? Exactly. I didn't do anything writing. I didn't do anything like that. The only time I know I even tried was final year when I was editing the magazine and all of that for FYF magazine. And then I came out. There is this writers, what's this called?
Writers column?
No, it's a copywriting agency, The Critic, right?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, yes. You remember The Critic. So they reached out and said, yeah, I think you have. I started writing stories. So the way they saw me, The Critic saw me from all these shorts, Facebook stories that I used to write. I know I'll just write. I'll just stay. I'll just carry my phone. I'll write. I'll post.
And then,
The Critic saw me. They wanted me on board and all of that. So it was like, okay, let me even try this thing,
Yeah.
And then, I saw that the writing was giving me money. Small bar. Right?
Like, okay, this is something.
Yeah, I was like, okay, there's something there. And then I started taking courses because I'm a believer of, if you have to, just keep growing.
Yeah.
It's not about, just I'm a writer by mouth. You should know the rudiments and, basics. Yeah, that was it for me. And from there, we moved from writing stories to deciding to write a film and
it's just been evolving. I feel like there are different facets of being a storyteller. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But I also know that you write a lot of stories on Instagram. Like your Instagram is just filled with content about storytelling and stories. Some of them are like very, very interesting. Not all of it, like most of them are like very interesting to read. And I feel like one thing that even shocked me the most was the reception, because I felt like people, now on Instagram, on social media, it's very visual. Especially Instagram, like people just want to see something, moving. It's rare for people to see something and then take their time to sit down and read. But then if you curated, this, would I call it like a platform, a community of like readers? How did that, come about? How did you think, okay, I feel like this is something that people would enjoy? And then how has it been over time?
So for IG, right, Instagram, I started writing on Instagram, I think it was 2023. It didn't just grow overnight though. It's I always tell people patience, consistency, right? I remember that I was on 5K followers for the longest time. But for me, it was beyond the number of followers. For me, it was someone having a bad day and coming to my page and then reading something and they tell you and they comment, Tobe, this made my day, right? That's fulfillment for me. Because it wasn't about the money on Instagram, right? It wasn't paying. Instagram was not paying my bills, right? So it was more of, okay, even now, right? You see people read stuff on my page. Some send me DMs, some send me, comment and they tell you, this helped me. And this period, I'm even doing more of, what's it called? I do Sunday series, I do Catholic stuff,
like
right?
Like different
stuff. So, okay, let me take it one by one. When the normal fiction, I started with fiction on Instagram and, then I would write on black background, go on Canva, design it, and then do the cover art and all of that. And I'll post, right? A lot of people read. Yeah, quite a number of people read, right? But then I woke up, I'm like, wait, I don't suppose pass this number of followers by now. Yeah, what's not working, right? Because I check out other writers and I see that, okay, some people, have, people read. We have readers, right? People read, people actually read. And I think we think people do not read, but people read, right? And people read online as well. So I said, what's not working? Why is it this way, right? Because I feel like, okay, these stories are super engaging and that's from the feedback I've gotten. And I also believe in myself, like I know what I put out, right? and I now checked. I said, okay, let me try another pattern of, putting it out there.
Right.
So instead of going on Canva, doing the whole design, doing cover. So before I can sit down for 2 hours designing a cover. Yeah, what's 2 hours?
Oh my God.
Like
trying to
design the perfect cover, because if I write a story, I need to
make it,
create a cover that suits that story.
Exactly.
And then it wasn't, and I now realized that people, sometimes they just, if they see the cover, they see short story, they
swipe.
move, right? But when you now put it on that Twitter and that X format,
it grabs the attention.
It grabs the attention, right? And there is this 5 seconds rule of, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that
attention
first,
span. that first thing,
this thing, just like watching a movie, that first catch, it grabs them, and you just find yourself swiping
to find out what's going to happen at the end.
And that wasn't even it for me. So apart from fiction, I realized that they want to engage in real life stories. You need to tell them, you need to connect with them on a personal level. Now, if I come today now and I tell you, as I was coming, the Uber guy that carried me, so I remember the very first story that blew was when, what's it called? The church drama. So I wrote a story about, being in church, and they were calling banns of marriage in church, and the woman heard her son's
I think I read that.
Yes. Right? And it just
blew up like that.
Right? And I'm like,
what's happening? How are you able to handle that?
Yeah. So imagine waking up, your page has been on 5K for the longest time, and then you just wake up, followers, what's going on? So there is in marketing, right? Yeah. It's called there's something called A/B testing. So you test this, the one that is working. Yeah. So you go with the one that is working, right? Even that one that is working can stop working down the line, right? So all you need to do is, while that one is working, you just keep evolving. Keep trying out new stuff. Just like running meta ads. If you're running to this group of this thing,
exactly,
you move, just keep, right? So that was working. I started doing it, right? Yeah. And then I woke up one morning, I saw a movie, and I decided to tell people how I felt about the film, right? It's not like a critic, right? Because I'm a director, so I'm not supposed to come tell, I'm not criticizing, because I know a lot of work
went into that, because you've also
I've been in that. So for me, I can, So it's from a place of, I love this character. I love the story. If I don't like the film,
you will not talk about it.
I don't talk about it, right? And then I noticed that, okay, people want to hear my opinions, my opinion of films, right? Some people come to my DM and they'll send me a film to go and watch, and then they'll tell me, I want to hear your opinion. I'm like, okay.
That's also another
right? So just like if it was like a market boy, the Igbo man in me would, okay,
figure out how can I
hear not here, can I generate this particular
that is so me. I'm always figuring out how to make money from every opportunity.
That's what containers like that. So we do it, and and then people saw that I was Catholic, or I am Catholic, right? And I'm someone that is, I'm not
very deep-rooted in.
I'm not. I don't hide my Catholicism, right? It's out there.
Yes.
And I saw that a lot of people, if those Sunday stories appeal to them because they don't go to mass.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they come there to read whatever. Yeah. And then I have a Catholic community now
as well.
Do you understand? So it's just like, if you're on my page, you're either here for this, or you're here for this, or you're here for that.
Different things that you
at
can
the end of the
with.
day, you're in my. You're there.
You are there, and you're there. And you are there for a while. Okay, that's interesting. So, how do you think storytelling shapes how people think?
Life is storytelling, right? Life is a book. Just like you said initially, you're reading chapters, right? So you've seen Tobe of being in school. That's chapter 1. You go to chapter 2. Tobe, do you understand? Tobe that worked as a content creator in 9 to 5. It just keeps going, right? So that's what storytelling is. I feel like every point, even today, coming from my house to this place, I can tell you events that happened on the way.
And that's actually storytelling.
That's storytelling.
True.
Right?
True.
I can tell you, okay, I went on set yesterday, something happened, and
then you put it in
it's storytelling, yeah. So where the what's it called? The part of being now learning more, because anybody can tell stories. Anybody, right? I remember those days when my mom and just sit down and tell you, excuse me, if Chappie or everybody, they'll tell you stories, and some of those stories are not true. They just want to just cook up something and give you
to make it nice.
But now having to put it down in writing, in a way that people read and so that's where the skill now comes in, right? And it doesn't come from you learn it, you take courses like I said, and when you do it consistently, you get better at it. And that's just generally every distant phase of anything you're doing in life. Whatever you're doing, you just get better at it. Like if I show you my phone, I have notes, right? I can just be here now and I'm writing, so I'm just typing, right? The idea has come and I'm just typing. So what I now do is when I get, probably it's time to now, I just sit down and edit and everything.
That's awesome. So let's talk about your storytelling a little bit, because I said not storytelling. Let's talk about filmmaking, because I feel like filmmaking is so broad in my head. That's how I see it. Because now filmmaking is a part where for you've done writing, you've done producing, and then executive producer, and then producer, and then like it's just a lot. So and then you also I don't know how, when they say do it afraid, right? I think you did it afraid.
Very scared. I was
you produced your first film. You know when you're producing something, sometimes you might have like executive producers, so there are like 5 different people that come together. And then I remember when you did your short film, I think you were the only person I saw as executive producer, right? There wasn't a lot of people until you had other. Exactly. So can you tell us how that process came about? Why did you decide to do such a huge project which has gone really far and wide? It has gone ahead to like win so many awards, such a beautiful project, if I do say so myself. So let us know like the background story.
Shall we get time?
No, just summarize it. I have a lot, Timo. Just summarize the filmmaking process.
So I'm not going to say I'm still learning filmmaking, right? I'm not seasoned in it yet. I'm still learning, like very much still learning. And when it comes to the producer part of it, I've only produced one, right? Okay. Which is a film. Okay. But when it comes to commercials, I've produced commercials, I've directed commercials. And so that let me talk about the short film, right? That's the main point. So I've been writing, I've been writing on Instagram, and then people come and say, Tobe, can you give us, some of your stories to shoot? And I'm like, I know a couple of guys that came, and can you give us some of your stories, yada yada yada. And I'm like, I don't think I'm ready now for it. Yeah, when I'm ready, I'll let you know, and all of that. So that day I was in my house. I just said, okay, this idea just popped into my head. I don't know. I was just moving from one room to the other, just moving like a man. I remember my brother asking me, "Are you okay? What's happening? What's going on?" Yeah. And when I have an idea in my head, you as long as you're with me there, you go here, Amo. Do you get? I am going to tell you. Yeah. I can just tell now, like, half something. I start to talk. You just be like that. You're looking at me. What's going on? Yeah. Yeah. So that was how it happened for 12 hours. The idea came in, and before you know it, I said, in fact, I know what I'm doing. I said writing. And when I was done, I said, okay, Ngwano, how do you want to go? Where do we go from here, right?
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? I called my guys, they loved, so like I said, I have guys that when it comes to writing and all of that. So I know I called, there was this, I have a very good friend, Zainab. So I reached out to Zainab. I said, let me see, right? We sat down, as I was talking, she told me, she was just looking at me like this, like, are you okay? Where did he come from at all? And then I have Oga HR, right? He's my friend. I reached out to him. I was like, I have an idea. We were on the call for long. He was now the one that was telling me, okay, where do we go from here, right? How do we get the money? How do we? I didn't know anybody. I've not shot a film before. I don't know. I just watch films. I don't know what the industry looks like. Do you understand? I just I just had a story that I know was good, and it was a short film. And then what I did, I started going to all those films that I really loved, right? Any film I've watched, and I know I went to Gangs of Lagos, I went to Anikula, was the first one, right? So I checked the credits, right? And then I saw editor, Temi Tobe. I said, okay, I carry pen and paper, I write down Temi Tobe. Yeah. That was what I did for every, everybody.
That's research, obviously.
Do you get all the films? And I noticed that some names were constant, right? Just like the sound, music composer, and all. There was this name, Tolu Tiyanks Obanro. He was constant. He was in Brotherhood. He was in what's it called? Funke's, a lot of Funke's movies, right? Yeah. And then I said, okay, who be this guy? I got to reach out to him, right? And then one guy was like, this one big. Where you won't get the money from? Also. Do you get? And that's what I tell people. The worst thing that can happen is no.
No. That is another, exactly. Even now you said this no thing, even when I was reaching out to people, I was so scared because I'm like, if I reach out to this person, will this person come? Will this sound like?
When you reached out to me, you know how we were able to get
exactly.
This
so I'm like, what the person can say is no. Let me just reach out to the person, no matter what. And that was.
I was even talking to one of my what's it called? My bosses the other day, and he thought I'm supposed to reach out to someone for a film.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, are you sure she's willing to act? He told me, Tobe, the worst is no.
The worst they can say is no.
Do you understand?
And I feel like it's very important for people that want to do or like embark on any project. It's like just have that at the back of your mind. Just do your part.
Just do your part.
And then if the person says no,
the worst is no.
Move
ahead.
Do you understand? Then maybe always have like a plan B or something in case this person, for instance, now, like this project now, we're supposed to have like 10 guests. So it's possible to just reach out to like, I would say 20 or 25 people. And then at the end of the day, if the 25 people do not, at least there's no how reach out to 25, 10 would not show up. Do you get? So that's how we're not able to do that. But the entire film, your film, the entire process, the casting, and then
so I reached out to, I reached out to, that was how I started reaching out to all these guys, right? I know that,
you also asked me, who do you,
yes, I remember some conversations about who do you think
is going to play this role better.
So I asked, even now I'm still asking, I have script and I'm asking someone, who do you think is this person? Do you get? That's how it works for me. So I reached out to, the crew members because they are always the first for me. And because I didn't know a lot of, Tiyanks, when I reached out to Tiyanks, I first went to his office, right, at Ikeja. He was very receptive, great guy, right? Tiyanks is like my brother now, right? And this was somebody I was scared. Like, should I go? Do you get? He's not the one that is calling to be how far now. Where we go shoot now? Do you get?
Yeah.
And I didn't even have a cinematographer. I didn't have a DOP to shoot. I didn't know who was going to shoot the film, right? Tiyanks was not like, okay, who will shoot them for you? I say, I know Sabi. You get anybody?
And then they will now
he say, okay, now my guy Explorer Sabi, yeah. And then I say, I beg, I don't get money, right? I said, no, Explorer, no worries. They're my guy. Explorer came. Explorer, I like to say at any point that Explorer is one of the best things that happened to the project, right? Because he legit knew that it was my first time. So imagine I was producing and I was directing. I didn't know the whole producing stuff. I do know that when I'm producing stuff for brands, it's just brands. Make sure that everything is intact and all of that. But this one is film. I didn't know that there was supposed to be DIT. I didn't know all those things.
Even lighting, like it's a lot. I feel like film is so different.
I reached out to, I now coming to directing part, right? I called everybody. I said, okay, I want to reach out to Kayode. They said
to help you direct the film.
To direct the film, Kayode Kashum.
But you're the one that eventually directed it.
I directed it because Kayode told me to direct it. Right? He gave me notes. Kayode is great guy. He said, Kayode Kashum. He said, when I reached out to him, that's another thing about saying no. I've been in Kayode's DM for the longest time. So that morning when I was supposed to reach out, I was like, make I try my luck again. And see whether it go work out. Yeah. That morning there was a book I read, and it says, if you want something, the universe
makes it happen
for you.
I don't know if I've read it in book, but I've heard it somewhere.
Right? Whatever you want, you just work towards it. Yes. The universe makes it happen for you. Awesome. Because how is it that I've been in this man's DM for years, and then that morning he answers me, and he didn't just answer me; he answered me like he has known me for years.
Has been following up.
My guy, how far now? How you doing now? I'm like, boss, good morning, sir. Yeah. Okay, make I give you my number so you go. And that was it. And then they cast, and the cast is another, another idea. So yeah, that was how 12 hours.
That's a lot.
From there we shot 12 hours,
and then other things have followed.
Other things just followed.
So yeah, what's something about like your job or the entire journey and the entire process that people don't see?
The entire process that people don't see about my job. There are sometimes the writing is not right,
Okay. She says writer's block.
Yeah.
Or something.
Sometimes
they don't see
legit, you can just stay there. You just be staring at blank screen. It's not coming. It's not.
So like that's a major.
Yeah. So sometimes it's not coming, and and it can be very draining, especially when you're on you have a timeline to write, and you understand you don't want to chunk out anything,
that's just interesting. So my next question is, what do you think about the entertainment industry that is not spoken about enough, that needs to be addressed? I feel like something that people are not really talking about enough, but you feel like this matter, you should table this matter down. People should know about it. Do you get?
I feel like, so I'm going to talk about entertainment industry.
Maybe just broad. One thing. Yeah, just one thing.
I feel like we should be kinder to new talents. We should be kinder to, emerging, independent filmmakers, right?
Give them grace.
Give them grace.
Actually.
Right? There are lots of amazing talents.
Especially Nigeria. Nigeria is so talented.
Nigerians are talented. Yeah. Nigerians are talented. Right? You would see people that are not popular, but if they write movie scripts for you, if they tell you the idea,
like what's going on.
But Sabi, I don't know you. How am I supposed to give you 15 minutes? How am I supposed to give you money to go and shoot? Who knows Sabi you? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we should be kinder to them. And and I'm speaking from experience as well, because me, I'm looking for money as you understand. I'm looking for big money, because the story is there. But I'm looking for funding.
I feel like funding too should also be addressed,
that's
because a lot of people have ideas, but they don't have the funds.
Yeah, that's the money I'm talking about.
That's
exactly.
The funding. I feel like not just with the entertainment industry, like in general. I know in Nigeria, in Lagos, like the government, because people would rely so much on the government, but then there is not so much funding for like the creative space. People have ideas, people have mad ideas. They say, they want to shoot the first AI movie or something, but there's no funds, there's nobody to reach out to. So I feel like that is very important. So what stories, or just one story, do you think you want to be remembered for, if as a writer? Or
I never write them yet.
I never write them yet. Let's leave that. But then for instance, when you're casting people, because you're a director as well, do you also cast? And then if you also cast, what do you look out for? What are those specific things?
If it's my own project, right? If for another person's film, I'm not the producer, so right. Okay. So if it's my own project and I need to cast someone, for me, it's not about this person is this person is a star. You go sell, right? I feel like talents day.
Yeah. So you're looking more into talent
day
than the popularity.
Because popularity too sells in the country.
Okay, yeah.
So if you give me
of,
collabo, but if you're all I don't know how to put it, but
I think I understand where you're coming from.
And you have to have, if you have bad character, I cannot work with you.
Personality, true.
Yeah, no matter how talented you are, if you have bad character, as long as it's my project, awesome. If it's another person's project that I'm supposed to direct, I would always, because that's my job, right? I would make you have good character on that set. But then, if it's my own project,
you would not be.
I don't get strength.
Okay, great. I'm a talent. Please cast me. When are you giving me scripts? I want to act. I feel like I'm busy as you're reaching with. I've been in your DMs. Don't lie. Have I not been in your DMs? I've been in your DMs as my friend.
You not CEO now.
I don't understand.
I want to pay you.
see finish in this industry. Now you heard it from the horse's mouth. I've been on his DM. I'm like, please, any show, even if it's Waka Pass, let me see whether people will see me. Do you understand? Please cast. Or for instance, if you're going to cast me now, let's make this a bit interesting. You're going to cast me for a film. What role do you think I would play best? Don't say lover boy. I'm not a lover boy.
Nah, I don't even see lover boy. Far from it.
I'm not a lover boy, kind of. Yeah, think fast.
I would probably cast you in role of probably an event planner. An event planner that is very dramatic.
Yes.
I do get all those event planners that would say, I don't need this. Get
from me. What are you doing? Is this what you're supposed to wear?
Yeah.
I'm already acting. I'm doing my audition already. All right, but a few more questions. What do people misunderstand about the entertainment industry? Just briefly. What do they misunderstand about it?
What they misunderstand?
Or is it too hard? You can enter another question.
I don't know. Okay, everybody they misunderstand things. Everybody.
So who are the people you look up to when it comes to filmmaking? Yeah.
In Nigeria?
Yeah, in Nigeria.
I love Kemi Adetiba a lot. Right? I love
just
Kemi Adetiba. No, not just
Why?
her.
Is it because of her mode of directing?
Yeah, I love Kemi Adetiba a lot. That's one. I love Kayode Kajum. It goes without saying, right?
Me personally, I'm not doing filmmaking, but anytime I see a movie by Kayode Kajum, I'm like,
right?
There's something here.
Yeah. So for these two, for Kemi, right? For Auntie Kemi, it's her. You can see attention to
and
detail.
Also storytelling. I feel like
storytelling,
right? Visually. For me, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
No, it's something that is glaring.
Yes, exactly.
Attention to detail. You can see those things that probably just anybody can be like, no, let's move past it, right?
Yeah,
so you see those things. You say, okay, this one not just produce film for just film. True. She wants to tell a story. Do you understand? She wants to tell a story.
Yeah.
And then Kayode Kajum too. He's a great director.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So which films? Talking about film now, which films from Nigeria, 2025/2020, maybe just one or two, would you say is like one of the best?
Is it 2025, 2026?
Yeah, 2026. Yeah.
2025, 2026.
Maybe just one or two.
Hey, if you remember like this. I don't watch plenty films, so.
Okay.
I feel remember. But one film I know that I really love from this country, from Nollywood, is Setup. The first Setup.
The Setup.
Setup 1.
I think it's on Netflix, I mean.
I don't know if they've taken it out. I really love Setup. Yeah.
Awesome. Have you walked away from any opportunities before? In film, as an actor, as a writer, producer, and why? Yeah. Because of the money, or it wasn't just working out for you?
And so it wasn't the money, right? It was so as a director, yeah. I know someone gave me a story. I wouldn't just. The truth is, at the end of the day, so there was a script that it didn't day. I know. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I there was nowhere I was going to. At the end of the day, that's still my name go there as director. And at the end of it, nobody's not going to talk about the story. I'll be like, who is that terrible director that did that story?
So what's the standard you would never compromise as a director? Because I've heard, some people might want to do it because of the money, or so what's something that you would not compromise in your career generally?
I wouldn't, is it generally or when it's my own project?
Generally.
Both my project, yeah. I wouldn't compromise on standard.
Oh, okay.
A producer calls you, you just have to work, director, we don't have this. Okay, what is the closest to this? How can we make it work? You understand? But at the end of the day, it's not when I tell you to give me white couch, you bring black for me.
Exactly.
But at least if I ask for white, if white didn't they, you give me gray, right?
Yeah,
we'll move it from there.
Awesome. So, who is Tobe Nosike aside being a writer, storyteller, creative director? I feel like you do a lot of things. Like your brain is just
as long as that money.
So who are you personally? Like, what do you do? How do you?
I'm a market man, no.
You know what I'm asking? How do you relax? What is that thing that you do, or like your safe space? Those. Little things.
I'm a very
Do
boring
church.
person. Though. I'm
Okay,
very
actually, I
boring.
know that. You don't do anything. Oh my God. Your own boringness is crazy. But
You know,
like, what's your
so
view?
the ball, I don't. So when you're, I rather, if my social battery dies quickly. Do you understand?
Very
I
true.
think you should know that by now.
You better,
Even when we are out, even if you manage to
you
drag
better
me out,
sleep than be outside when they are making noise.
do you get? So as long as I come into that space, and example, like let's just imagine I walk in here now,
Yes.
and and noise, music, and bro, I go
You
enter
just
one
go to
room,
a place
go.
and
Do
sit
you
down.
understand?
I feel like
So
that's your personality, and you're not even.
yeah,
You don't want to go outside of. They want to. That's what I said in the
don't.
beginning of this conversation. Like you are just in your bubble. You don't want to. You know. You
That was
don't want to explore.
There was a day I went for a premiere with my
Okay.
guy, Oga HR. Nigga was now, so he was like, bro, you're going to have to talk to 100 people today. I'm like, who won't do
Just
am?
do
How I
that.
want take do am, right? So it's, bro, my social battery don't die, right?
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know.
Awesome. So what advice would you give to upcoming actors or people that want to enter into the entertainment industry, maybe as a writer, storyteller? I know that the entertainment industry is broad as well, especially when it comes to film. There's continuity, there's light, there's DOP. What advice would you give to anybody watching that wants to go into any of those?
Just do you, right? Do you believe in yourself?
Yeah.
Because that's the first point. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing is. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you.
True.
Do you understand? So when you walk into a room, first of all, if you believe in yourself, I'm seeing through you that okay, this person get confidence. If the confidence is not there, what are we here for?
Awesome.
Right? So anything you're saying, I just know that this one. So if you can't defend, I tell you something, you can't even stand your ground and say, okay, this is why I want to do this, bro. You don't finish now.
True. So last but not the least, what's the best advice you've ever received from anyone?
Best advice I've received, and it's okay. Tell you our planning, and what that means is life is planning, right? And anybody that knows me know that I say that a lot. So our planning, if anything you want to do, you wake up this morning, you're going out. So that step of okay, I'm going to XS place, I'm going to work, that's planning. Yeah. So if you have to plan for, what you're supposed to do tomorrow, the future, what you want to, where you want to be, right? Just like I told you, I know I wanted to be a storyteller. So you just have to work towards it. If you want to be a medical doctor, you want to be a model, you want to do anything, just work towards it, right? If you're going to farm, you have to go with your cutlass and everything. So that's the concept of our planning. So just plan, right? Anything you're doing, you have to plan. And if you're not planning to, if you don't plan, you're literally planning to fail.
Wasting your time.
You understand? So yeah, our planning.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for all the insights the gems that you've dropped on this episode. I'm sure people would have learned a thing or two.
I hope so.
Out of you hope so. From your busy schedule, you're able to do this. So we really, really appreciate it. I'll be in your DMs again. Maybe one day, the script will reach my hand. So guys, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do not forget to like this video, share with your friends and family, and we'll see you in the next episode. Come together. Bye. Stories are far more powerful than we often realize. They shape how we see ourselves, they shape how we understand people, they shape culture, identity, and legacy. Today's conversation reminds us that storytelling is not just about entertainment, it's about influence, it's about connection, it's about impact. The stories we tell, the stories we believe, and the stories we choose to live by will ultimately shape the lives we build. So maybe the real question is, what story are you telling with your life? Thank you for joining us on this episode of In Conversations with Chuks Peterson. We'll see you in the next conversation.